We are recording live from the Hi-Fi studio on Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, coming at ya with our two frickin' takes on what has occurred over the last 48 hours
Summer tour.
in good old Alabama.
Nice.
Yep. I can do all kinds of accents if you want me to.
Not really.
Was that Alabama? Isn't that where Forrest Gump's from?
Yeah, by Labatry, Alabama.
Biolabatry. So,
What happened?
apparently good things.
Good things.
Good things happen to good people.
Fish. Summer tour.
Summer Tour 2023.
Kicks off.
Yeah. And, you know,
Huntsville.
we got all our ducks in a row. We had a good old-fashioned game of Fingo kick off the festivities for those who were enjoying their couch with the Yem vocal jam on mute.
Pro move.
Pro move. You know, I kind of get where he's coming from on that one, but
Yeah?
at the same time, you know, which would I rather mute? The Yem vocal jam or Lonely Planet or Lonely Trip, whatever it's called?
Kids
You know
these
that?
days, you know? The whippersnappers.
Yeah, like if you're at home and you're in couch touring, you can mute it, or you go make a cocktail.
Here's the thing about the vocal jam.
Yeah.
Live, it's always like, wonder where this, you know, like, what are we doing? You know, where's it going to go? How silly is it going to get? But at home, I get it.
Me too.
It doesn't, like, make it across the airwaves. It doesn't, when I re-listen to a Yam, it does, you know, I will often, next,
100%.
but live,
No, in my live experience, I've seen Yem, I don't know, 30, 40 times. I'd say for the last 25 of them, it's the Pavlovian response that
you have so many Pavlovian responses.
that fits. Yeah, I know. They just make me pee. I need to pee. So I go,
So you vocal jam P.
I'm a vocal jam peer. Because A, it's usually at the end of a set,
Yeah, I know.
or it's usually in the middle of a set.
It's a
And
good
when-
time to pee.
And when it's at the end of the set, it's the perfect time because you're like,
Yeah, you're ready.
rush.
Yeah, you beat the rush and you have all set break just to yourself. Just you don't have to deal with that insanity.
Just to sling all your wisdom
You're right.
to those around you during set break.
Let me tell you what happened and let me tell you what's going to happen next.
Yeah,
Which is an important set break activity.
100%. I mean, what else are you doing during set break?
It's a lot of experts. It's a lot of expert takes.
I'm on a panel.
30% of them, like half the time, you don't even know what they played. You like remember one song. You're like, what do you mean they didn't play Cavern? I swear to God, I heard it.
If you're interested in joining the panel, we meet at the first even-numbered pavilion section or section of the stands in an arena at the last even-numbered aisle row.
In between
sets.
two odd rows.
In between
The
two
even row in between two odd rows.
even row in the even section. That's where we go.
That's the spot. What tier? Like, what if it's a multi-tier place?
The lowest tier.
But like, what if you can't get on the floor? You're on the first
There's
rung.
no sections in the floor.
Right, exactly. So we're on the first rung.
Yeah.
Got it. It's like
Exactly.
outside the concessions.
Inside the venue,
Right, inside the venue.
not at the concession.
You get like a salted pretzel.
If you've got the time or the inclination, you get yourself a snack. Whatever.
Come hang.
And come hang.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's where Jack will be at set break.
No, I won't. Anywho.
So what happened here at the Orion Amphitheater? What do we like? So like where, you know,
So
they didn't play Yem.
they did.
They did.
They closed the first set
You're right.
on the first show with Yem.
I'm looking at the second night.
Yeah. The first night was, some claim, historic. You know, it had some really a really nice cherry on top, but we can get to that. You know, I think that the first set was a very predictable type of first set for the first show of a tour. They came out, they were testing the waters, you know, touching on a lot of different things, warming up. They didn't take anything too left or right or up or down. They were just cruising through, playing their...
I mean, maybe Martian Monster, Halley's Comet?
No, what I'm saying is, like, in a normal first set of a tour, they are not, like...
No, they're warming it up.
Exactly. They're getting their feet wet.
Yeah.
They're getting their calluses, you know, tested out.
Totally.
And just seeing
I know.
how what the vibe is.
Yeah, they're just getting the train back on the tracks. Like Blaze on, MoMA, 46 days, back on the train, 5:55. Like,
yeah,
sure.
And they were feeling good. But you could tell, like, everything was tight AF. Am I allowed to swear?
No, this is a
Okay.
clean podcast.
All right, tight AF. So they were like, fuck it, let's play EM.
Yeah.
And they did. And it was tight. And that just wasn't enough. They must have just been loving the humidity and the vibes out in the crowd.
They wanted to say,
They're like, you know what, let's Santos these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
All you guys who went to pee during the vocal jam.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go get a beer now because the set's over.
Yeah, booyaka. Now you miss Santos. Who's crying now?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. They sounded really great right off the bat. Like, look, none of these jump out at me. I mean, obviously, Yam is, you know, who doesn't love to hear it? But I mean, you know, look, I agree. They were just getting it out there, but they sounded great. They sounded really, really great. Which is like so encouraging, even fresh out of the gate. You know, they haven't played in like a month or so or more. Yeah, I think it's nice, you know, but the second set slaps.
Well,
Pretty good.
when you're going to open a second set with 2001,
Right.
a la fucking 1993,
2001 into DWD, like, yeah,
you know, you're...
that's some old school business, right?
There's like some fucking tickle in their pickle,
Yeah.
right? They're like ready to fucking, hey now,
They were like, hey,
us,
yeah,
fuck you, you're cool, let's do this.
yeah. Like set break. Hey, Mike, you sound good. Cool. Paige, nice work. Hey, Fishman. Oh, okay, great. Let's go play a second set then.
Yeah.
You know, they got it dialed in, and they were ready.
Let's just step right in.
2001 DWD, boom, twist, and then. Did you get it? Did you guess? Maze or Bowie? Which one did you pick?
I mean, I didn't have the opportunity to guess.
Did you Bowie your Maze?
I wasn't listening live.
Me neither. Okay, so this is great. You know, the whole thing is great. Obviously, we have this debut, Oblivion. Pro tip, rumor had it, we were going to get an Oblivion.
Yeah. I heard from sources on Twitter
Close to the situation.
the scene
Yeah.
that Oblivion had been sound checked.
Yeah.
So I put it on my Fingo card.
Yeah. Made a big difference.
Huge.
Because no one had Oblivion on their finger.
No one else did.
No. Because they weren't,
You spend enough time on Twitter, it's going to pay off.
yeah.
Yeah, apparently. I
So,
mean, they didn't take anything too deep. They didn't
No.
go, you know, vastly out of the realm of what, you know, was straightforward.
no, they kept it on the rails.
But they were tight.
Yes.
And
Totally.
And I think everybody was satisfied by the end of that second set.
What do you think about Oblivion?
I think that Oblivion is, and you can quote me on this,
Okay.
another song where Trey's solo circle jerk will be occurring
Right.
for everyone to see based on his voice. He keeps writing these songs. I remember like he did an interview or there was something a few years ago for the pandemic where he was talking about, you know, working with a vocal coach.
Yeah.
And like his, you know, real aspiration, I think, probably for his entire life, has been to have a voice that is good. And I'm accustomed to his voice. Like, you know, I've been listening to it for a really long time. And anybody who ever has heard Fish for the first time or the 10th time or the 5,000th time is never like, oh man, you got to hear this guy's voice. No. But everybody's like, you got to hear this guy's guitar, right? And most of the songs that were written in the first 20 years of their careers were, at least that he wrote, were centered around his fast fingers.
Yeah, I mean, I always said that the lead singer of Fish is Trey's guitar.
Yeah.
That's been true forever. You know, because people are like, what am I listening to? And it's like, that's not what you're listening to. This is the beginning of the song. Like, relax. Okay?
Bridge, motherfucker.
Yeah, relax. Okay, don't write it off yet.
Yeah.
They're going to sing for like a minute, and then we're going to get into it.
Yeah. But one thing that you have to take into account, is that, like, he's no longer 25 years old. He's 50 some odd years old. And, like, maybe it's more taxing for him to have to, like, you know, like, for 2.5 hours.
He's got all those other things now, man. He's got those tricks that, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, I don't mean that loop thing from the 90s. I mean, like, just that, like, escalating, like, situation that he does.
It just feels like Oblivion sounds so much like a majority of the songs that have come out of his 3.0, 4.0.
Right, so it's cut from the same cloth.
It's similar, like, chord progression.
He's singing.
He's like really trying to push that, like, yodely type trick he's got working on with his voice.
Are we going to be, like, fast forward through the summer? Are we going to be sitting here just like we did with Mercury back in the day going, oh man, that Oblivion, like, hit hard last night. They jammed out that 28-minute Oblivion. It has room for, it has back end on it. But, like, I don't...
Sure. Like, I felt maybe the same way about, like, some of that Ghost of the Forest stuff. You know, like Ruby Waves.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, there's a very strong possibility that Oblivion goes to, like, 30 minutes.
That they're going to, like, start to push it.
It's just like another vehicle, but, like, is that jam going to sound any different than what they would have done if they was just, like, Prince Caspian into 30 minutes?
I know. That's what
they can do that there. But sure, like, they want new things, and they want to, like, stay interested.
Sure.
And, like, mentally, it's probably, like, more exciting for them to jam out a new song, thinking that, like, oh, we're going to do, like, new jammy.
Who knows what will come out of it? New things.
Yeah.
New things become.
Yeah. But, listen, as long as they're having a good time, and it seemed like they were having a great time.
They sounded great.
And they came out, and their encore was just like...
They just played one song and left?
Yeah.
Standard encore.
Character 0.
Yeah.
Bye.
Out the door.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was at this tour opener, I would have, the set 1, I would have been like, great, we're getting it. Set 2 would have been like, wow, sick, okay. All right, yeah, what's happening? Meat stick.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Exciting. Everybody's laughing.
I love the Japanese section of that.
Yeah.
Like, it just makes me laugh.
I agree.
And then, like, into Makasupa, you're like, okay, wow, okay, what a treat. We got a meat stick, a Makasupa. Start finding, what did you drop? Like, get your hoodie. Is your hoodie on the back of the chair? Like, we're going to go soon.
Yeah.
Pretend to fuck your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're just, like, getting giddy up there now.
And we're getting silly because, like, a fucking Iculus. I love an Iculus. I mean, it is so ridiculous, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
nobody had that on their finger.
That's what I'm saying. Like, at this point in time, we don't know where. We're in no man's land, okay? Yeah. We get the meat stick, a surprise. We get the Makasupa, yippee. That what a fun encore. Fuck your face. We're all going like, okay, I don't know. Like, this is what is happening right now. Ridiculous. And, like, the funnest thing about Iculus is the whole, just like how much Trey loves it, you know? Like, it's so silly. Like, I just love, I always love the narration. You know, I love how ridiculous it is.
No, and I think it's just, like, really sets the tone for the mindset of especially Trey, because, like, that's a Trey song. Like, that's all about
but
him.
It's quintessentially Fish.
No. I'm not saying it's a Trey solo song. I'm saying that is, like, a pulpit for Trey to be up there and like express himself,
hamming it
like he's just so excited for summer tour to start.
Exactly.
Like, let's fucking go. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Like you're laughing, I'm laughing. Like this is what I live for. And like let's just put it all out on the table. I'm not afraid. You guys are here for a good time. We're feeling good.
Yeah.
Paige over there, he's my buddy.
Yeah, you met him before.
Mike and I are like really, we had our time on the solo tour, and Fishman, like, I never want to be apart from that guy. Let's just do this.
I know. It's so fun. Like, it's so irreverent. It's so fun. I fucking love Iculus. It's so much more fun than it should be.
Man.
And then you get your 0.
Yeah.
Because it's an encore. So we're like, let's drop a 0.
We got to end it somehow.
Exactly.
Can't just like end it with like a end of Iculus.
No.
I mean, you could.
But the 0 is, nothing says the show's over like a 0.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time Character 0 was played in the middle of a set.
I don't know. I mean, I don't have the data. But it just like reminds me of encores from like back in the day, like Summer Tour 2000, like
all the encore
0.
I mean, the chances of you calling Character 0 for the encore, it's like very high.
70%.
Yeah. So that, but let's say one thing.
Okay.
If they did not do that encore, I think this show would have been in like the same basket as every single tour opener that they've ever done.
Yeah.
Or in the last 15 years.
It was standard tour opener.
They sounded good.
Yeah.
They've been rehearsing a little
Busted out that new song. They just can't wait. They've been waiting to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they hit some good numbers.
Totally.
And they got everybody stoked. Like, let's fucking do it.
Stoked.
But that encore, it just like, hopefully that means that like,
we're having fun.
They're going to do
5-song encore.
They just like we've talked about this so much. They have this formula for making people want it. Because like whoever was like, Alabama tour opener, and I were like, you don't need to go to that, you know?
Tour opener, they're going to be rusty, like go all the way down there. And then they just do that.
Yeah.
Across the...
And now like the people who are like, should I go to, was I going to go, should I go?
You know how many MSG tickets were bought after that?
Yeah.
People were like, all right, fucking, I'm going to MSG.
Anybody who's questioning on whether they're going to Alpharetta this weekend, they're like,
yeah,
well, what if they play Leprechaun, man? Yeah, I can't miss that.
Yeah, I thought it was a great tour opener, and you're totally right. Like, it's that encore just like sets a nice tone. You're like, ooh, summer tour. Hey, we ready already.
Yeah. And then the second night, last night, was more like it's already there in the flow. You know?
More fishy. More like mid-tour.
Yeah.
They're in the flow.
Like they came out.
Yeah. Plasma,
but then like
Sigma.
A giant Sigma Oasis.
Yeah.
Like whoopity-doo. Sigma Oasis.
I like Sigma
is
Oasis.
Like what you think Oblivion could be in 3 weeks from now.
I don't think Oblivion could be. I'm not. I was just asking you what you think of Oblivion.
Because like Sigma Oasis.
I don't mind Sigma Oasis.
I know. When it started, when it came out, it was like a 6-minute song.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Now,
it's and it could be a monster.
It's like down their way into...
That's what I was wondering about Oblivion. Like, is Oblivion going to turn into like that monster summer rip? Like,
right.
Not rip.
Like what they did with like the Howling last year.
Like, yeah, like how are we
Wave of Hope.
We burned 27 minutes with an Oblivion. Let's just see if we can do it.
They've done it with the Lawn Boys. They can do it with anything. I mean, it doesn't matter. They can just do anything with any song. It doesn't matter what what's the bread in the sandwich. It's what's in the middle.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, I think that this show was, again...
I mean, Wolfman's bouncing is always fun. Like, bouncing's fun. You're not going to offend me with that.
Yeah. And Evolve/Water in the Sky is a great song, too.
Evolve/Reimagine Water in the Sky.
Yeah, it's like the 4.0 Water in the Sky.
I love Paige on piano.
On the grand.
He spends so much time, I mean, especially recently, he spent a lot more time with like all sorts of other like layering gizmos. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's all over all that rig, but when he goes back to his roots And I know that there wasn't a baby grand in the setup until, I don't know, something in the early to mid 90s. But I love that. Like, I loved him on that. And that's why I love Water in the Sky. And you're right. Evolve has that little ditty in the middle.
Yeah.
And Paige is having fun.
For sure.
Mull.
Shike got his turn.
He did. The Bowie, it wasn't going to be a maze.
True.
And,
yeah, the stash was good.
was good.
And then they came out with a wave of hope.
Mm-hmm.
And this second set seemed to have like, okay, now we're cozy. And
they just kind of ripped the whole second set. Like, they just kind of like went across the board.
Yeah, it was like the kind of vibe where they were going from song to song, but it was all very similar jamming. Like one big jam with like lyric breaks.
Yeah, slightly different lyric breaks in one big jam.
Yeah, like Free was really good. Mercury does its thing.
You love a big Mercury.
It wasn't a giant Mercury. It was just a pretty normal Mercury. And then again, like Encore.
Whoa. Ether Edge.
Oh, yeah, Ether's Edge. The Ether Edge.
Ether Edge. Yeah. Not the fish from Vermont. Okay, there's no the.
And
there's no S. Ether Edge.
Yeah. So
what's your hot take?
My hot take is like the songs that Trey writes these days. I think we touched on this at some point. That he's like very much thankful for his survival from whatever dark precipice he was standing, looking down into at one point.
Like a rift, like standing a rift.
Yeah. And like he survived, and look at how great like he's become and life has become after he's come out of his or survived his sobriety and made that a very important positive thing to be able to flourish.
I mean, dude.
Yeah, this is one of his...
Fish was over.
I know.
And he was in the darkest of dark places, like, which people, lots of people find themselves in that. And like, look at him now. Here he is.
Yeah.
On tour. Like, this is loving it. I mean,
one of his, like...
Who doesn't deserve to sing a redemption story?
This is part of this like reborn manifesto, right? I'm reborn. I'm sober. I've been to the edge and back, and you can do it too, friends.
I like Ether Edge. I like is it a melody? I'm not a musician. I just like music. Whatever the progression was, the sort of that repeated through the song, I liked it. I could see, like, it kind of had that like little soaring kind of thing that repeated, and I was into that.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
I'm curious to see where they take an Ether's Edge. It could be kind of like happy. I don't want to say like bliss. I don't want to say blissy.
Like a Numberline type vibe.
No, not happy like Numberline. Numberline is like you're hugging all your buddies because they're all right there.
Yeah.
No, I mean more like a
Billy Breathes.
Sure.
Like, because it's a piss song.
No.
I
mean, it could definitely turn it.
It's like a lonely trip. Like
I'd hang around. Let me put it this way:
jamming.
I'd hang around to hear what happened in Ether Edge for. I'd give it 3 concerts. I'd give it 3 Ether Edges,
and they need to get like
before I determine whether I'm taking a leak or not. You're right, because the first one we're still breaking it in. I would give it a few Ether Edges to decide whether it was like something I was going to stick around for or something I knew I could bail on.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I had promise.
Great
for me, a smidge.
Yeah, that's good. I
You're not into it.
Well, I was never really a drums and space kind of guy.
No,
you know,
it is.
Some people are. Some people are like, I'm here for drums and space.
Yeah, the guy's like tripping their nuts off.
Right. But like for most people, drums and space is like a time to like regroup,
get a snack,
get your snack, get your beer or whatever,
find some lost people,
figure it out,
been lost.
And like that's kind of what they do with their like mid-second set song. Like regroup. That's what like the point of Ether Edge, no S. is to me, and I appreciate
Like a
that.
regroup.
Well, it's going to come one way or another, whether it's this slow song or that slow song. Like, I think it benefits everybody, including the band. That's why they do it, right? They've jammed for like the last 30, 45, 60 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And then they need like to take a breather,
Let the air out.
mentally regroup,
Yeah.
and play a song that's just like flows right out of them. They don't really have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like their drums in space. Everybody gets their chance to like reset, and let's finish with a big old bang.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. I'm not like here nor there. Do it.
I'm just saying, for me, like, if I had to pick Oblivion or Ether Edge, I feel like Ether Edge has the potential to turn into something that I might like in its right place, more than Oblivion, which I kind of already, I feel like I can hear what the jam would be out of the back of Oblivion time and time again. Like, like I'm saying, like, I can project into the future and be like, oh, here comes Oblivion. Oh, they're jamming it out. Oh, I already know what it's going to sound like.
Yeah.
It's going to keep
I know
going.
what you mean. Like Oblivion has like a chord progression that like feels very familiar. Nothing like super, you know, new wave, whatever.
Mhm.
Ether Edge has like a composition that
There's something to the composition that can be a little lighter and like a little freer.
we shall see.
We'll see.
Yep.
I give it 3 Ether Edges
3.
to see whether I declare it.
Is this the first one, or you need 2 more or 3 more?
I need 3 more after this one.
So 4 total.
4 total.
All right. Good to know.
Okay. Alumni Blues Encore. I mean, another like kind of interesting encore, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's again, like hopefully every night they'll be busting out some fun encore doodads. And Antelope. They already played their one Antelope of the summer.
the Hollywood Bowl Antelope didn't count because that was spring.
I know.
Right. So this is it.
That's like 2 Antelopes and like 3 shows.
Yeah. We're done. Antelope's done. we're hanging up our horns.
Or
Antelope's coming back.
yeah, and maybe like we'll get like 2 or 3 Punch You in the Eyes of this summer.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny?
That'd be crazy.
I know. I mean, they can bring Antelope back. Antelope, you know, the reason we joke that you get one Antelope a tour is because that's felt like what was happening. They can bring it back. It's fun.
I know.
They have fun. Everyone loves Antelope.
Yeah, and I feel like they could all just play it with a blindfold on and like.
And if they want to get silly with it, they can get silly with it, you know? And it's just like really cathartic. Like it just like, you know, gets going, just gets up and goes.
I agree. Antelope is like,
The summer in the Antelope.
let's do it.
I mean, if they dropped it already, it's got to make a comeback.
They just have such a deep catalog. Hopefully they dig deep.
They got to feel it out.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it. I'm all here for Antelope making more appearances.
Yeah, let's get like 4 Antelopes this summer
It's possible.
because that's like the revival of the Antelope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Me too. I had that like yellow sticker on my car in college. You remember that?
Yeah.
The like Antelope stick,
Mm-hmm. Like the street sign.
street sign.
Yeah.
That was a sweet piece back then.
Were those Antelope Greg stickers?
I did not know who Antelope Greg was back then.
I don't know either.
20 years ago? No.
Oh.
No way.
So what is your greatest hope, wish, or dream that Fish does this summer?
Announces a 40th anniversary that's epic that I can go to in India? Yeah. Oh, you mean like what they do this summer?
Yeah, like what did like you think they could do that would really like just fucking summer 23 is like fall 97.
Man, you had to be there for summer 23. I don't know yet. That's a really good question. I think what it did do, you know, I joked like a lot of MSG tickets got sold after the opener. I think that it's just like always happens, you know. You're just like, you know, you get Fish, right? You get it all, then you like they stop playing, and you're like, man, they're a great band. I love them so much. And then you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it to that. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to that. I probably won't make it to that. And then they start playing again, and all of a sudden you get down that internet and you start going, okay, I can probably be in New York this week, or I should probably do that, or when's Dick's? When did the kids start school again? I could probably go that weekend. You know, you start building it. Like the temptation to build the tour, like really kicks off once they start playing. For me, anyway. Like in between when they're not playing, it's like, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I ain't going to New York. You know,
I feel you.
So, I mean, okay, let me throw it back at you. You were going to go to catch a couple shows at MSG this summer because, like, you know, you're going to be close by and whatever. Now, how many do you think has the number expanded in your mind?
I don't think so.
No.
We'll see. We'll see. If they, for me, like, if they stick with this new team
format
with the encore, right? Like every encore, they're going to
extended encore.
Nah, they're just going to like play like
fun encore.
A fun encore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, instead of just like, not that I'm knocking on this at all, but like first two.
Sure.
Or, you know, Character Zero.
Yeah, like 40 years worth of encores. I get it. Like
if all of a sudden, like their new forte is, let's fucking bust out something
like
real
go
fun.
deep and deep and make it fun.
Exactly.
Which is actually,
and then if that becomes like a consistent thing, then I'll be like, yeah, summer 23, man.
Yeah, I mean,
let's do it.
How funny is that they can just, I mean, okay, it's only been 2 shows, but it's been 100% of the summer too, right?
Why?
Which is, what if we have a little more fun at the encore, guys? Yeah, let's do that. You know, rather than like going deep second set into the catalog for some hitters, it's like, let's have fun at the encore. Let's play shit we haven't played in a while. Let's bring back the silliness and then like leave people feeling like on a high note, you know, like give them the second set and then like make them chuckle.
Yeah. Like we get like a Sanity in the encore.
Yeah, like all the, like bring it out. Bring it.
Alfredo.
Bring it.
Who knows what? We should make bust out cards.
Encore bust out cards.
Just bust out cards.
Yeah. Good couple days.
Yeah, I mean, they really wet everybody's whistle, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody's rearing to go after months and months of just like, is this still Goose?
Yeah.
Because I really feel like that lights a fire under their ass too. You know, like all of a sudden there's like a quote unquote challenger.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I
don't think they think that for 1 second, dude.
Well, the torch. There was a torch.
Dude. The thing that cracks me up is every now and again someone will say, I think Trey teased like Goose Song X or Goose Song Y. I'm almost certain that has never happened. I mean, given that every Goose song seems like it was written off the back of a Fish song at some point in time, that's maybe mean. I should take that back. But I'm just saying, you know, the inspiration came certainly inspired by. And then to think that like 40 years of Trey's jamming, which influenced Goose's writing, that now Trey's teasing a Goose song, I don't know. I'm skeptical. Color me skeptical.
There's not one fucking if, and, or but about that being fucking true. But one thing I do know is true.
What?
Is that no matter how, like, love and light and fucking I love you all, I appreciate you that Trey is.
Yeah.
Deep down, like, he's a fucking ass who, like, has always been, like, a funny, I'm the fucking man.
Yeah.
Look at me fucking shred kind of dude.
100%.
And if he feels any threat,
he's going to go out there.
His fucking hierarchy reign.
Shred.
He's going to fucking
Hollywood Bowl.
Re-impress every single person that he thinks might be teetering on the onto some other fucking train.
No, I understand what you were saying. Like, that there, you know, for a long time, you know, the bottom kind of fell out of the jam band scene, right? And Fish was at the pinnacle, and they knew it.
And
right?
And there was no threat.
Right.
To their, you know, supremacy in the scene.
I do agree. Now we're in a place where, for the first time in a long time, there's someone new playing that people like, and that.
And there's actually people out there who are like, if Fish and Goose are playing in the same fucking city the same night, well, I'm not going to see Fish.
Sure.
Because I'm
Right.
Walker.
And I can see, yeah, Hulk City. I can see that being just emboldening him to be like, okay, like, let us come and show you why we're the best.
Exactly.
Which is not hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just like...
No, they're just like, hey, remember this song?
Yeah.
We do this one too.
Yeah.
And we haven't played this one in a while, you remember?
Well, and like, you know, getting back to some of our prior discussions on Goose, and, you know, this is Fish's playbook. Like, so we're going to come out, we'll be Fish, and someone else can be like us.
Yeah.
But we're Fish. Yeah. So we're going to play like we play. We're going to have the crowd that we have. We're going to make those moments together. And if there's another band that liked that we did that and thought that would be fun for them to do too, like, great, we're here for it. But like, this is our show.
This is our rodeo.
This is our rodeo.
Like, so long for the ride.
This is Fish's rodeo.
Yeah.
And like, that's never going to change.
No. I don't think so. Like, I don't even know, but like how... we don't have to get into that.
We don't have to get into it. But like, just how Fish was not the Grateful Dead, but to some people, they were like, oh, they're kind of like the Grateful Dead. It's like, yeah, because like throngs of people follow them around, but they're completely different. And it's like, I'm not sure what the daylight is between Goose and Fish. Like, the daylight's harder to see. Compare, and then put Gizzard out there, the daylight's easy to see. They're totally different. They have fun. They're, you know, they Gizzard does all this hilarious, weird stuff. They don't care what's going on, right? It really, like you said, reminiscent of 1.0. But like, Fish and Goose, it's like they play at the same places. They have it's just so formulaic, you know, that I don't know what my point is.
I will continue to see Goose when they come to my block.
Totally.
You know? But that's because like I like a good time where like people who are like-minded, so to speak, can congregate
and jam.
Totally. I just like Fish has played how many shows? Like a couple thousand?
Thousands.
There's like a lot of them that I haven't actually listened to.
Yeah.
And I'll choose one of those before any fucking Goose show.
Yeah.
So I don't got the time or the place nor the inclination to get too acquainted. No offense to anybody. That's just my choice, man. Free country.
That's just my opinion, man.
Yeah. The only reason I think we've touched on our disdain for the Geese is that, like, whoa, holy fuck, like, why would you ever sway from the Fish from Vermont? They've reminded us.
That's what I was like. They come back, they play, and they just like still got it. And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Right.
These guys are the best band for a reason. No contest. End of story.
And there's all these like kids out there who are like, dang, I just spent all my money going on Goose tour.
I just went on Goose tour. And I just got like watered down. Like, what's that? Salisbury steak, you know, with the gravy on top. It's just kind of like, is it dinner?
Instead of a fucking steak au pois.
Exactly. We did it.
See you next week.